Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What up, everybody, man? What's up? What's going on? Everybody, get up in here. Get up in here. I'm pretty sure by now you heard the news. It's looking like NBA Youngboy done got him a win out here, man. So I'm gonna wait for a second for everybody to get in. But as you get in, make sure you hit that like button, which is very important. Make sure you smash that like button on your way in here, right? We got some big news to report, some breaking news to report about NBA. So everybody make sure you smash that like button, man. But as you see in the headline, you know what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about this NBA Youngboy story and how, the jury found him innocent, man. Talk about like, winning, winning. Yeah, man. It was looking good. What's up? What's up? What's up? My bad. That's my phone, man. My bad. Me listening to me. But y'all go ahead, get in here, man. Get in here, get in here. As you get in here, make sure you hit that like button. And obviously, we're going to be talking about Youngboy, man. Yeah, so the jury done found NBA Youngboy not guilty of knowingly possessing firearm during California arrest. Now we're going to have to talk about what this might mean for his case or what this means in the long run. You know what I'm saying? Interesting enough, to say the least, right? Crazy, man. Hopefully you guys can hear me loud and clearly. What's up, man? Everybody hear me? Hey, as you get in here, make sure you hit that like button. Let's run them likes up, man. We're going to be talking about NBA Youngboy today. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know. All right, man, we in here. Okay, I see everybody joining in on the house. But do me a favor. Make sure that you're hitting that like button, man. Make sure as you come in, you're hitting that like button. So this is the deal, man. All right, I'm going to give everybody an opportunity to get in. Make sure you guys smash that like button. What up, Portland, Jamaica? What up, everybody? We're going to do the shout-outs kind of at the end or towards the middle. I'll be shouting you guys out. Don't worry, man. But I just want to talk about this breaking news. The fact that NBA Youngboy was found innocent. And I want to go over some of these clips out there of NBA Youngboy leaving the courthouse and all that, man. Looks like everybody was cheering for him and everything. So let's look at that, man. Let's start off positive, right? Hopefully you guys can see this. Hold up. Let me share my screen so you guys can see this. Hopefully you guys can see that. And let me take this down real quick. Let's play this, man. This is NBA Youngboy leaving the courthouse after that decision. Let me start it over. Shout out to Lawyer for Workers, man, on Instagram. He stays tuned in with this case. All right, as you saw there, man, it was an interesting scene, man, to be honest, man. So everybody was, wilding out. I guess, this is a good decision. This is a good thing for NBA Youngboy and his team. I'm sure a lot of people are surprised by this decision and the fact that NBA Youngboy actually got him a win out here. You know what I'm saying? What's up, everybody? Make sure you hit that like button, man. Everybody hit that like button. Run them likes up, man. Crazy, man. So let's get to the story. And hopefully you guys can hear me loud and clearly. If you can't, let me know. What's up, Ohio? What up? Scotland in the house. I see y'all, man. What's up, man? All right, so let's get to the actual story, man. So the story that I'm gonna be reading is actually from the New Orleans news there, man. The Los Angeles news there, right? Now, in the headline, it says this, man. Let's go ahead and pull that headline up for you guys to see. In the headline, it says this. It says, jury finds NBA Youngboy not guilty of knowingly possessing firearm during California arrest. Now, that language is kind of tricky because it says knowingly possessing. So obviously he's not guilty, but what does all that entail? Is there a possibility for anything on the back end? But so far, it looks like a win. Now, the story starts off by saying this. It says, Los Angeles. After 2 hours of deliberation, a federal jury in Los Angeles found NBA Youngboy, real name Kentrell Gaulden, not guilty of felony gun possession charges, according to Nancy Dillon of Rolling Stone magazine. So Rolling Stone has had a reporter there this whole time, obviously because NBA Youngboy is one of the biggest rappers in the game, huge stars in the rap game. So they've been covering this thing as the case has developed. So has I, right? Now, when Gaulden, a convicted felon, was pulled over and subsequently arrested in Los Angeles after a brief foot chase on March 22nd, 2021, agents found an FNX 45 caliber pistol underneath the passenger seat of his Maybach. Now, Gaulden's defense claimed he was not the only person using or being transported in the high-end vehicle, and the gun was hidden under the seat by someone else. Now, I'm not sure if NBA Youngboy was driving. I haven't seen where he was driving or not, but all we know is that he got out on foot and he was caught on foot. They found the FN, and then, they placed it on NBA Youngboy. Now, according to his defense attorneys, it was hidden under the seat and it possibly wasn't his gun, or it wasn't his gun, right? Now, on the first day of the trial, U.S. District Court Judge Gary Klossner ruled to exclude the use of Youngboy's lyrics as evidence. That was his first win. On day one of the trial, that was probably the biggest win that NBA Youngboy got, right? You had his attorneys argue that, you can't use his lyrics against him in a gun possession case. And the judge agreed to that. He was like, I don't want to hear any of that. This is a gun possession case. That's what we're going to treat this as. And we're going to leave it at that, man. And there were several videos by, I want to say, Lawyer for Workers and a couple of other people who talked about that, right? Now, it continues by saying, which prosecutors hope would convince jurors that the rapper knew and knowingly possessed the 45 caliber pistol that was found at the time of his blindsided arrest. Now, they say this is a blindsided arrest because, remember, there was a warrant that was issued in Louisiana, and NBA Youngboy ended up getting arrested in L.A., and there was no communication between his attorneys or anybody that there was a warrant out for his arrest. You know what I'm saying? Because this was connected to the same arrest that he had back in Louisiana, in Baton Rouge, where him and I think like 13 other people got arrested, right? Now, during testimony, a federal agent said the firearm was found after at least 2 other agents searched the vehicle prior to him. According to the independent lawyer, Mo Gagnot, and that's the guy who goes by the name Lawyer for Workers, who is not tied to the case at all, and they're talking about him. The defense argued the defense argued if the gun was not discovered until a third search, it could not have been in plain sight, and Youngboy did not know the gun was in the vehicle. So they argued eloquently that, if they had to search the vehicle 3 different times, then there's no way of proving that NBA Youngboy knew that gun was there. It could have been hidden from him as well. Now, obviously, based on the decision today, they agree with some of that. Now, Golden's defense team, now that's NBA Youngboy, Golden's defense team also highlighted several other items in the vehicle which did not belong to their client, including a hotel key card, parking receipt, restaurant receipts, and an airplane ticket receipt with the name DeAndre Smart on it. Now, they're basically saying that if you found all these different things after researching the car once, twice, 3 times, how can you be so sure that this gun is connected to NBA Youngboy? You can't, you know what I'm saying? Now, in quotes, it also goes on to say this. It says, in the indictment, they use the word knowingly. Knowingly means he has to be aware, and it is their burden to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that he was aware that that particular gun was in that particular car at that particular time. So that's where that word knowingly has so much weight and gravity. They're saying he had to know that gun was there. And given the fact that they had to search the vehicle 3 different times just to find it, you can't prove the fact that he knew that gun was there, because I'm not sure if he was the driver in the Maybach or a passenger or whatnot, because they found a whole bunch of people's different stuff in there, right? Now, it also says that not any gun, but that particular gun, that he knew it was in the car, end quote, right? Now, Mansa said in his opening statement Tuesday, according to the Rolling Stone reporter Nancy Dillon. Now, that's obviously NBA Youngboy's attorney, and they said you have to prove without a reasonable doubt that he knew that gun was there, and that, you know, he was in possession of it in that case. And they couldn't do that, obviously, because he was found not guilty today. Now, the assistant U.S. attorney, Amanda Elbogen, I want to say her name is, urged jurors to ignore Golden's status as one of the most popular rappers in the world and evaluate the case based on the evidence. So they wanted to exclude the fact that NBA Youngboy is one of the most famous rappers in the world right now, and they wanted everybody just to base things on the evidence. The jury said, cool, and they came back with their decision today to say, okay, based on the evidence, he's not guilty. Now, also in quotes, it says this: in fact, what prosecutors are going to show is that there are 5 different DNA profiles on that gun. So many that they can't identify and say whose might have been on it, Mansa, NBA Youngboy's attorney, said. Now, on Wednesday, an expert FBI forensic examiner testified that she found no suitable lateness or fingerprints on the FN 45 caliber, and that basically said that there was no suitable fingerprints or DNA, right? So there was a post made by that guy, Lawyer for Workers, where he talked about this. He basically said, they couldn't find anything that could trace his DNA to the weapon or his fingerprints on the weapon at all. So it's hard to prove that he knew without a reasonable doubt that weapon was there. Now, also it says the rapper will face a similar trial in Louisiana, stemming from a 2020 arrest in Baton Rouge. Now, right now, he's on a good streak. In this case, from day one, it seemed like he was getting wins. They wanted his songs to be used in this case. They threw that out. Second, they didn't have any DNA evidence or anything like that, so they threw that out. They didn't throw that out. They just took that to an account as the jury. And then it ends by saying these things. It says, earlier this year, a federal judge ruled that a cache of personal videos seized at the time of his arrest while making a music video nearly 2 years ago will remain off limits due to improper search warrant. So also, don't forget, when NBA Youngboy has his court case in Louisiana, they removed the hard drive that was found that had the pictures of him allegedly holding a weapon in the first place. So it looked like NBA Youngboy is racking up wins all over the place as far as his legal situation is concerned. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, man. Crazy, man. Good news for NBA Youngboy. But, man, y'all wilding on the like button. Do me a favor. Everybody in here right now, make sure you hit that like button, run them likes up as we talk about this NBA Youngboy situation. And y'all let me know if y'all can hear me loud and clearly, because hopefully you can. I went off on a bit of a tangent there, man. Now, what's good about this is I think this might set a precedence for his Louisiana case. Even though it happened before or earlier, you should say, it seems like, you know what I'm saying, according to this, he was found out guilty in this situation. which was an after effect. So maybe it'll lead to some good luck going into that case as well. You know what I'm saying? Even though they're not directly connected, I mean, they would have compounded things if he would have got caught or been convicted in this case as well. So we'll see. But let's take a look at some of the posts from Lawyer for Workers. At least that post that he put out there as far as NBA Youngboy or the scene outside of the court. And y'all do me a favor while I'm talking. Go ahead and run up them likes, hit that like button, run them likes up. And let's go ahead and bring up that video again for you guys, man, because this was a scene, man. I mean, he's a superstar rapper, so, you're going to have scenes like this. And let me make it visible for you guys to see. Give me a second, y'all. Let me pull this up. There y'all go. All right, man. So let's actually, man, let's play some of these updates from Lawyer for Workers, man. Looks like he made some updates on his page. I want to see his what he said because this dude he's a lawyer and he actually went out there to watch the trial in person. So and he made some updates. So I want to hear what he has to say. Get his perspective. And my bad, y'all. I still got that headline banner up there. Hold up. I got y'all. Can y'all hear the audio? Hold up. Let me get y'all straight. I want to make sure everybody can hear that audio. Y'all tell me in the chat if you can hear the audio or not. There you go. Man, my bad. There you guys go.
Cross-examine the DNA expert that
Let me start that over for y'all.
We got members of NBA Youngboy's legal team. This is Andre Belanger. I call him the honey badger because this man gets witnesses on the stand and just starts eating. You're a beast, Andre.
Thank you very much.
What did you think about the physical evidence they used against him? I know you cross-examined the DNA expert that the FBI put on. What were your thoughts on what they put on?
Well, they really didn't have any physical evidence against him. The physical evidence actually exonerated him. There are 5 profiles on the weapon. They couldn't match any of them to him. And there was nothing found on the gun. And they didn't even take the magazines and the ballistics from the gun to get that profile for DNA. So everything just set up that they couldn't put the gun into his hands.
I really enjoyed, Andre, when you were cross-examining one of the agents and you labeled him the social media hunter. This individual spends a lot of time, a lot of our tax dollars searching social media profiles. What value did the social media evidence that the prosecutors presented have to their case?
At the end of the day, they didn't really have any value, and they tried to structure their whole case around it. They couldn't even prove when these were taken, and they couldn't even prove that there was the same gun or that it even was a gun in any social media post. And we showed them a very valid prop gun that is substantially similar to the gun that was found in this case here, and even the own guy that sold the gun couldn't tell the difference between the fake gun and the real gun.
Thank you, Andre. Congratulations.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
We got members of NBA Youngboy's legal team. This is Andre Belanger. I call him the honey badger because this man gets witnesses on the stand and just starts eating. You're a beast, Andre.
Let's see. Hold up.
What did you think about...
I want to see another clip too because he's got plenty out here. So I want to... And yo, my bad on the audio, man. I wanted to make sure I turned it up for y'all, man. That way you guys can get all this because this is in real time. You know what I'm saying? So let's check out this next clip because dude is on the ground interviewing the attorneys and everything. So it's good info.
Youngboy's California attorney, Los Angeles criminal defense attorney Andrew Flyer, former prosecutor. How many years were you a prosecutor in LA?
8 years.
8-year former prosecutor, just got a not guilty verdict in a federal criminal gun possession case. Andrew, what's your takeaway on this case?
My takeaway is that his Louisiana lawyers were fantastic. They were really professional. They're all very charming. And collectively, we were able to show that the government had a weak case, and we were very ecstatic about the not guilty verdict. I actually did the fingerprint expert, and I noticed one thing, just like I heard my colleagues say, the physical and scientific evidence was lacking, and they could not even prove beyond a reasonable doubt or without any doubt that Mr. Youngboy, of course, Mr. Contrell, touched any firearm in this case, and we are just really happy for himself and his family. And again, the lawyers from Louisiana, all of them, were just fantastic lawyers, and it was a pleasure to be with them, and also to meet you, my friend.
Andrew Flyer, Los Angeles criminal defense attorney, just beat the feds in a gun possession case. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you don't have to go to trial. This is Youngboy's California attorney, Los Angeles criminal defense attorney Andrew Flyer.
Okay, man. So it looks like he's interviewing several different attorneys on the scene that were helping out NBA Youngboy. They were on this case with him. So I want to get through all these, and then we'll go through it again for a commentary, and we'll start from, when the decision came down. But, like I said, this is in real time. And y'all make sure y'all do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Everybody run those likes up. But let's continue. I want to see this update right here, too. You know what I mean? And then we'll go back and check those clips again, right? So... All right, here we go. Let this load up real quick, man. And...
Shut the fuck up!
Not guilty!
Ah, they lit.
Shut the fuck up!
Not guilty!
Shut the fuck up!
Not guilty!
Okay, so they just getting lit right there, yo. I feel it. I feel it.
Flyer, former prosecutor.
let's
How many years were you a prosecutor in LA?
8 years.
Let's go back to this clip right here. This is the important one, man, with this guy, and I know some of you guys might have missed this. So the guy lawyer for workers, just so I can set this up a little bit, he's on scene there, right? And he's basically talking to everybody who was involved in the case and interviewing them, and, giving a legal perspective. So here he's talking to another one of NBA Youngboy's attorneys, right? And this guy, I guess he nicknamed him the Honey Badger, and he's going to talk a little bit about the case. So let's check that out.
The Honey Badger, because this man gets witnesses on the stand and just starts eating. We got members of NBA Youngboy's legal team. This is Andre Belanger. I call him the Honey Badger because this man gets witnesses on the stand and just starts eating. You're a beast, Andre.
Thank you very much.
What did you think about the physical evidence they used against him? I know you cross-examined the DNA expert that the FBI put on. What were your thoughts on what they put on?
Well, they really didn't have any physical evidence against him. The physical evidence actually exonerated him. There are 5 profiles on the weapon. They couldn't match any of them to him. And there was nothing found on the gun. And they didn't even take the magazines and the ballistics from the gun to get that profile for DNA. So everything just set up that they couldn't put the gun into his hands.
I really enjoyed, Andre, when you were cross-examining one of the agents and you labeled him the social media hunter. This individual spends a lot of time, a lot of our tax dollars searching social media profiles. What value did the social media evidence that the prosecutors presented have to their case?
At the end of the day, they didn't really have any value, and they tried to structure their whole case around it. They couldn't even prove when these were taken, and they couldn't even prove that there was the same gun or that it even was a gun in any social media.
Now, y'all heard that, right? He said that there's a guy they call the social media hunter. And all he does is look on social media to find relevant information for these cases, man, for all these cases. So this is the feds doing this. So think about that with these RICOs and things of that nature and these rappers, man. So, man, be warned. Let's continue.
Post, and we showed them a very valid prop gun that is substantially similar to the gun that was found in this case here, and even the own guy that sold the gun couldn't tell the difference between the fake gun and the real gun.
Thank you, Andre. Congratulations.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
We got members of NBA Youngboy's legal team. This is Andre Belanger. I call him the Honey Badger because this man gets witnesses on the stand and just starts eating. You're a beast, Andre.
Thank you very much.
What did you think about the physical evidence they used against him? I know you cross-examined the DNA expert that the FBI put on. What were your thoughts on what they put on?
Well, they really didn't have any physical evidence against him. The physical evidence actually exonerated him. There are 5 profiles on the weapon. They couldn't match any of them to him. And there was nothing found on the gun. And they didn't even take the magazines and the ballistics from the gun to get that profile for DNA. So everything just set up that they couldn't put the gun into his hands.
I really enjoyed, Andre, when you were cross-examining one of the agents and you labeled him the social media hunter. This individual spends a lot of time, a lot of our tax dollars searching social media profiles. What value did the social media evidence that the prosecutors presented have to their case?
At the end of the day, they didn't really have any value, and they tried to structure their whole case around it. They couldn't even prove when these were taken, and they couldn't even prove that there was the same gun or that it even was a gun in any social media post. And we showed them a very valid prop gun that is substantially similar to the gun that was found in this case here, and even the own guy that sold the gun couldn't tell the difference between the fake gun and the real gun.
Thank you, Andre. Congratulations.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
We got members of NBA.
The social media hunter. Remember that. You know what I'm saying? Remember that. Now, let's play this version again with this other rapper. You know what I mean? Excuse me, this other lawyer.
Case, and we're very ecstatic about.
Let's start it over for y'all. Check this out. Oh, yeah, man. Y'all run that like button up, man. Hit that like button. Everybody in here. We should have about 200 likes, man. Don't be stingy. Let's get it.
This is Youngboy's California attorney, Los Angeles criminal defense attorney, Andrew Flyer, former prosecutor. How many years were you a prosecutor in LA?
8 years.
8-year former prosecutor, just got a not guilty verdict in a federal criminal gun possession case. Andrew, what's your takeaway on this case?
My takeaway is that his Louisiana lawyers were fantastic. They were really professional. They're all very charming. And collectively, we were able to show that the government had a weak case, and we were very ecstatic about the not guilty verdict. I actually did the fingerprint expert, and I noticed one thing, just like I heard my colleagues say, the physical and scientific evidence was lacking, and they could not even prove beyond a reasonable doubt or without any doubt that Mr. Youngboy, of course, Mr. Contrell, touched any firearm in this case, and we are just really happy for himself and his family. And again, the lawyers from Louisiana, all of them, were just fantastic lawyers, and it was a pleasure to be with them, and also to meet you, my friend.
Andrew Flyer, Los Angeles
Thank
criminal
you.
defense attorney, just beat the feds in a gun possession case. Don't let anybody ever tell you that you don't have to go to trial.
You heard that, man. So that dude, man, his clientele about to rack up. He just beat the feds in a gun case. You know what I'm saying? Even though it seems like an alley-oop based on the story that we read earlier, you know, you have to have some competent lawyers really working on these things to get them going. Now, it looks like he made another update that I want to share. So let's go back to his page real quick. And let's see what this is. And hopefully it's relevant to what we've already been seeing, you know? Okay, so he's going like, this is him, I guess what happened after the court, you know what I mean? And it's relatively long, so we'll see. We'll see.
W lawyer, W judge, W everybody, W99 Stone, W33 YSSK, WM Baby 13, W Hip Hop Video World, W Hoodie 500, W Doski 2X, W, yo, win for everybody. What's good? What's good, Instagram? This was a tremendous day for government overreach, okay? The government spent a whole lot of time bringing a case they had no business bringing. You think I'm lying? Go ask the 12 jurors. You don't have any idea how much time was spent on a case where they didn't even test the gun for prints? They didn't even test the gun for prints. They didn't even test the gun for prints. Yo, are you... They didn't even test the gun for prints. This is a terrific day. Let's get some fans in here. Let's see if we get Youngboy in here. I know Never Broke Again LLC is in here. W Hoodlum, W Morgan, W Show Off, W to Jimmy Manasseh, W to the judge, W to the jury, W Never Broke Again LLC. Yes, sir. Let's pin that. Yes, sir. Yo, let me tell you guys a little bit about my experience this week with the man that everybody is here for, Kentrell Gaulden, NBA Youngboy. Can I tell you about my experience seeing this defendant? Can I compare him to Daniel Hernandez, because those are my two reference points? Can I tell you about how much of a stand-up man Kentrell Gaulden is? Can I explain to you that the people around him, including lawyers of 30 years of experience, including top Hollywood talent, agents, including everybody who is around this man, has a respect and appreciation for this man because of who he is, because how real he is, because how he stands tall, and how he doesn't fucking hide from any of his shit, okay? And you can't say that for a lot of people. A lot of people get brought up on federal charges and they start turning into somebody else. They become the real them, which is a phony. But this guy gets hit with this charge and that charge and this charge and that charge, and he never bends and he never breaks and he never folds. That's NBA. That's Never Broke Again. That's who this man was. That's the guy who I met this week in the courtroom. He showed me appreciation for covering the story. I can't share everything that I got to interact with him on, because those are personal moments that I'll take with me and cherish for the rest of my life. But this is a stand-up dude. And I didn't come here to cover this case to give y'all some bullshit. I came here to cover this case to give you guys the truth about what goes on in the criminal justice system, which is that prosecutors and police have tremendous amounts of discretion. They have the ability to decide whether or not they charge you and how they charge you. They have that ability to decide. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. And when they go really hard, like they did in this case, it can be very difficult to win. And NBA Youngboy has millions of dollars worth of legal fees to spend. But what about everybody else? What about everybody else who gets found in a car with a gun and they didn't know the gun was in the car and now they're facing 5, 10 years of federal prison time? That's what this case is about. This case is a window, a lens into the criminal justice system where we punish and incarcerate people who have a lack of opportunity in the United States of America, a country where there should never, ever, ever be a lack of opportunity given the abundance that we have. But fuck all that. I'm going to get off my...
Language, man. Language. No, I'm joking, man. It looks like his phone went out. And that was the end of it. So he went on a little bit of a tangent there where he talked about, how NBA Youngboy... They
This is Youngboy's California attorney.
All right, man. So I ain't gonna go back through all these clips, but you can see obviously on the ground floor there things were lit, and the jury came back innocent, or not guilty for NBA Youngboy, man. An interesting scene and an interesting situation. And man, for those of you, I know the audio, man. I might play this clip for you guys because you guys probably didn't get to see it with the audio on. So let me go back and just play one last clip for y'all, man.
Hey, Andrew Flyer, former prosecutor. How many years were you a prosecutor in LA? Youngboy's legal team. This is Andre Belanger. I call him the honey badger because this man gets witnesses on the stand and just starts.
Where NBA Youngboy showed up to court and left court. I want you guys to actually see that in its whole entirety. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. There you go. There you go. But man, regardless. There you guys go. All right, man. Okay, we're going to end it there. All right, man. Now, with that, man, we're going to get up out of here. But obviously, we've had a lot of opportunity to talk about what took place today as far as NBA Youngboy winning his court case, man. He went against the odds and won, man. It's crazy. Not too many times do you see people go against the feds and win, and NBA Youngboy happened to get him a W today. Now, man, I said I was going to do some shout outs at the end, so let me go ahead and do some shout outs at the end because we about to get up out of here. Okay, man, let me see who we got in the house now. What up? Yo, and y'all run them likes up, man. Y'all run them likes up. Everybody hit that like button. All right, I don't see too many people shouting out their cities. Regardless of that, man, I appreciate everybody who showed up, man. Big W for NBA Youngboy, and we're going to be hearing a lot more about this story later on during the week. Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace. Oh, yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. I know I ain't get to that many cities this week, or today, but the next time you come in the chat, I'll hit you up. You know what I mean? And we out. All right, man. Oh, yeah, run them likes up on your way out. We out of here. Peace.